The Chicago Bulls have started off the season 5-0 for the first time in 29 years. And on today's episode, I want to talk about why this 5-0 start is not a fluke. May not be sustainable, but it's not a fluke. We're going to talk about all that, plus dive into the mailbag as it is Saturday. That means it is mailbag day. All that and more right after this. What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host there, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that said, let's go ahead and get into this content for today, y'all. And I want to start off with this one. The new lazy narrative from some people are that the Bulls start isn't sustainable. And I guess by the nature of the laws of words, 5-0 at start is not sustainable. The Bulls aren't going to go 82-0, right? We all know that. But you know what is sustainable? The Bulls' level of play, the effort that they're getting with, and their play style. Those are the things that are sustainable by the Chicago Bulls team. And there are a couple of reasons why it is sustainable. Number one, right? The Bulls currently sit at top 5 offensively and defensively in offense and defensive rating. They have 5th best offensive rating in basketball and the 5th best defensive rating in basketball as well. They have a true shooting percentage of 61%, which is 4th in the NBA, and an effective field goal shooting percentage of 58.1%. And the reason why I say this is that the Bulls are not trying to do anything too crazy offensively. The Bulls are actually doing the simplistic things in offense that we talked about before. They've built this offense off of getting out in transition, attacking the paint, right? Moving the ball around. The Bulls are 3rd in total assist percentage on the season. They are assisting on 69.5% of their total baskets. And off-ball movement. The thing that I have been talking about literally since I started this show 4 years ago is that the Bulls need to move consistently without the ball, and we're seeing that now. Now, there are still certain times where we've gotten away from that, which is then factored into some of the cold shooting quarters that we've seen and things like that. But overall, the way and style that this team is playing, they are built off things that are sustainable and that you can do every single game because it's built off effort and connectivity as a team. It's not built off some player going into individual isolation or anything like that. It's a different player every single night. It's different players in every single quarter as well. When you look at how the Bulls have maintained this, and it makes it so difficult on defenses to guard this Bulls team because they are doing it truly as a team, and you can't zero in on just one player to completely stop this. At the start of the season, we saw teams try to take the ball out of Josh Giddey's hands. The way that the Bulls counteracted that then was that they used Tre Jones to bring the ball up. Now, we've gone back to Josh Giddey bringing the ball up a little bit more over the last couple of games, but again, that's easily replicable. Like that, you can do that, repeat that every single game. And so, when you look at the growth that some of these players have had as well, Josh Giddey as an off-ball player has grown crazily from at the start of last season till now. And he's shown a better recognition and still shooting the 3 ball above 40%, making defenses have to play him honestly. Josh Giddey is not a 3-level scorer, and I don't say that to knock him. He's just not. But you have to play him as a 3-level scorer because if he gets that 3-point shot, he's going to take it, and then he's also going to drive it to you. Josh Giddey doesn't take a lot of mid-range shots, but his ability to put the ball on the floor and better recognize, hey, if you put a guard on me, especially a point guard that I have more size on, I'm going to get to the rim. I'm going to hit a floater or a layup above them because I have more size than them. And then when teams try to put wings on Josh Giddey to counteract the size, then you see Josh Giddey say, all right, bet, let's do this. And at that point in time, he becomes more of a facilitator. He finds the mismatches this team does overall, and that's what this team is doing. That's feels more sustainable about the way that this team does it. The unselfishness of this team is making it really hard for teams to guard us. On top of that, we are the 7th in the league in rebounding percentage. The Bulls are getting over 50% of the rebounds when they're on the court, 53% to be exact. And so we've already talked about how that helps the Bulls get out on offense. As a matter of fact, the Bulls are 4th in defensive rebounding. They are getting 77.5% of the defensive rebounds when they're out there on the court. That's an amazing thing when it comes down to it. So, you look at this team and the things that they are doing and the fact that they are playing as a team, that is why this start is not a fluke. again, the winning rate is not sustainable. You're not going to win at 100% rate for the entirety of a year. You're just not going to do that, right? No team is going to do that. I want to be clear that that's not just a knock on the Bulls. It's no team's going to do that. But how the Bulls are winning is the thing that is sustainable. How the Bulls are playing is the thing that is sustainable. And we've seen teams in Chicago sustain seasons. We've seen them sustain multiple seasons playing just like this. Not the same as far as offense, but as far as how they get out there and they just outwork teams. And that's what the Bulls are doing that's so impressive right now. They're doing it offensively. They're doing it defensively. And you're seeing a team that's not only locked in, but everybody is bought into their roles because they are playing roles that best suit them. And those are the things that you see that's standing out about this team. So, again, the whole thing of it's a lazy narrative right now for people saying the start isn't sustainable. The win rate is not sustainable. The level of play is sustainable. And we've seen it especially in the Eastern Conference. For teams that play and they fight in this manner, those are the teams that usually are able to stay above the pack, right? And we got to see if the Bulls are going to do that. It's 5 games. We have 77 games left on the schedule, right? We are not even a quarter of the way through we're not even an eighth of the way through the season yet. But the Bulls are fighting. They are competing. Now, another lazy narrative that I want to point out is that the people who say that Coby White is going to throw off the balance of this team. Now, I want to be clear here. I get when any team is playing well and a player has been out, I understand that it's a legitimate question all the time when you ask, oh, well, is a player coming back? Could they potentially mess up the chemistry? Hell, that's been asked about LeBron at times when he's been hurt. It's been asked about KD at times when he's been hurt. It's been asked about some of the all-time greats. So I'm not going to act like asking that question is something that is in of itself is a bad question. But you have this, but it seems like some people are building this around a misconception of Coby White. Coby White is not some isolation scorer like Zach LaVine or DeMar DeRozan. He's not some black hole on offense that some of you guys are trying to make him out to be. Since Coby White became a larger part of the Bulls' rotation, which is really only going back 2 years, the 2023-24 season when he had his breakout, last year in 2024-25 when he came in as a starting point guard for this team. I'm sorry, 2023-24 is when he came into the season as the starting point guard. And then in 2024-25, that's when he started off as the shooting guard next to Josh Giddey. Since those two seasons, Coby White has averaged over 12 points generated off assists per game. But let's not stop there. People who also try to paint Coby as some unselfish black hole, 50% of Coby White's buckets himself have been assisted in that time. You know what that means? If you are generating points off assists at that rate, and you're also a player who is benefiting off assists, that means you're playing within a system. That means you are playing connected with your other players. So this ideal and thought that people have that Coby White is some black hole of a player, it's just false. I hate to tell y'all, it's just not false. It's not supported by anything basketball-wise. On top of that, Coby White, over those same 2 seasons, since he's been a larger part of the Bulls' game plan, has only averaged 15 shots per game. To put that into further perspective, Zach LaVine, in his 8 seasons in Chicago, has only had 2 seasons where he averaged less than 15 shots or less per game. And that was first when he was coming back, his first season with the Bulls, when he was coming back from injury, he only played 24 games. And then in 2023-24, when again, his season ended early and he only played 23 games. So the only time that we've seen a player like Zach LaVine average only 15 shots per game was when he was hurt. When he either went down early with being hurt or he came back into the season late. So Coby White is also the closest thing that we have to a 3-level scorer for the Chicago Bulls. One of the areas that the Bulls are not scoring consistently at is the mid-range. And when you look at Coby White, over those same 2 seasons since he's exploded, about 10 to 12% of his shots have come in the mid-range. Not a super large margin there, but it's more than what the Bulls are doing now. If you add Coby White and what he's done those last 2 seasons to the mid-range for the Chicago Bulls, their mid-range shooting consistency goes up by almost 20%. That's how much we're not shooting in the mid-range. On top of that, Coby White's a three-point shooting ability, which he hits at a really good rate and frequency as well. This Bulls team, the place that they have not been amazing at yet is 3-point shooting, despite us being a top 5 offense. So when, again, looking at things and basketball-wise, it's not supported by basketball. And what we're seeing here to say that Coby White is going to mess up or be some black hole or completely throw off what the Bulls are doing. So all that narrative stuff that some of y'all are doing and talking about right now that the Chicago Bulls, Coby White's going to hurt us, I need you to look at actual basketball. The Bulls rank 23rd in above the break 3-point shots. Now they are 5th right now in the league in corner threes, which is really good, but that's almost exclusively of where we're taking most our 3-point shots at right now is the corner three. You add in Coby White and what he does above the break on 3-pointers, I'm telling y'all right now, that is going to open this offense up even further. And those lanes that are there for Modest, and those lanes that are there for Josh Giddey at times, and those avenues that are there for Vooch, those are going to open up even more once Coby White is on the court for the Bulls. So while, again, we haven't even seen this team in totality yet, we haven't seen the full team yet. Then on top of that, the other thing that makes this style of play sustainable for the Bulls is the bench. The Bulls are averaging 49 points per game coming off the bench. That's without Tre Jones being in the bench because he's a starter right now. And that is without Zach Collins being on the bench. The Bulls' defensive rating as far as the bench as well is towards the top of the league. The Bulls are the second best scoring bench in the league as it stands right now. So all these things going, again, I get it. I understand. The Bulls have struggled for so long, and I understand some of the doubt around this team. I want to make no mistake about that. But the way that this team is playing is not only sustainable, but it's what you built on. When you don't have a superstar, this is how you need to play basketball. And the Bulls are showing that, and they're doing it well. And all the doubters, all the haters, whatever you want to call them, listen, the Bulls aren't going to win at this rate. I would never say that. They're not going to win 100% rate, but they are going to fight. They're going to compete. They're going to be in every single game. And we've seen Chicago Bulls teams that wear that Bulls on their chest. We've seen them do that and have great success and punch teams that are supposed to be better than them in the mouth. And I think that's what this team is going to do as well this season. Now, we did also find out from Billy Donovan the plan on Noah Essengue. So according to Casey Johnson, Billy Donovan said that Noah Essengue will start practicing and playing games with the Windy City Bulls and will likely be an extended stretch, and that's part of his development plan. And basically what Billy Donovan said is that this is going to be a month-to-month thing for Noah Essengue. I told you guys this. I kind of expected this to be the thing. So do not expect to see Noah Essengue suiting up for the actual Chicago Bulls anytime soon. He's going to be down there with the Windy City Bulls. But like I said, for Noah, if he wants to prove that he's better than that level of competition, he just has to go down there and dominate. He has to do basically what Modest Buzelis did. Now, Modest only played, I think, one game in the G League last year. It's going to be longer than that for Noah, but I think that Noah's going to have to show, hey, I'm ready for some NBA minutes. But this is going to give him a time to adjust. It's going to give him a time to work in his skill set. It's going to give him time to have the ball in his hands. All things he won't necessarily do if he was playing minutes for the actual Chicago Bulls. So I look at that and saying, all right, cool. He's going to get to adjust to the NBA pace. He's going to get to work and still on his physicality, add some muscle, things like that. And we'll see what happens with Noah. I know it's a disappointing thing for a lot of Bulls fans. I understand that. I'm not going to knock y'all for that because I'm disappointed too. Like, I think Noah, with his energy and shot blocking, actually could help this team quite a bit, but it's not going to happen. I think we just got to deal with the reality of it. It's just not going to happen as it stands right now. But with that said, enough of me yapping. It is Saturday. That means it is mailbag day here. Let's go ahead and get into these voicemails, man. This one's from Goon.
Hey, nephew, hey, you know it's your favorite auntie, Goon. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I used to call Billy Donovan, Billy Gun Chewing Donovan. Now his new name is Billy Coaching his ass off Donovan. Hey, Haize, I look, gang, I can't even front. Everything you saying, I gotta listen to. Look, you never lied about anything. You said the Bulls go do this, you said the Bulls go do that, and they doing that shit. And on my mama, we 5-0. What did Josh Giddey haters at? What the Bulls haters at? Let's go, baby. That's what I'm saying, Billy. I don't know what the fuck you doing. I don't know what the fuck you saying to the motherfuckers. I don't care. Let's keep this shit going. We 5-0, baby. We undefeated. Let's go. Hey, Haize. Vooch, 26. Ayo, 22. What's his name? Josh Giddey, 32. I can't say for the rest, but I know we doing our shit. I'm going to continue listening to your podcast. I don't know who hating on us, but look, a lot of motherfuckers just hating on us. We don't hear too many talks. Listen, man, Billy coaching the fuck out these boys. His rotation is good. His defense is good. His offense is good. Listen, Billy had to call that one timeout before the half. Listen, and got their ass right together. I love it, Haize. I love it. I love your podcast. I love what you're doing, gang. Listen, you never lied about nothing. My son, Ayo, 22, he got to be the sixth man of the year. Man, I love this shit, guys. We just waiting on this shit for the last couple of years. Since we had DeMar, Zach, Fluke, Lonzo. We've been waiting on this shit, gang. Now we finally here. I ain't gonna get too excited because it's only 5 games, but shit, we got more games to go. On my mama. But I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting drunk. I'm turning up for the boys. Let's go, baby. Let's go. See red, motherfuckers. If y'all ain't with see red, fuck you. Alright, nephew, I love you. I just had to bring my take, man. This shit is crazy. I can't believe we finally at where the fans want. Man, we just finally at where we need to be at. That's all I'm going to say. I love this shit, man. Billy coaching the fuck out these boys. He rotating the fuck out these boys on my mom. Billy feel like if you ain't playing up to your standard, he benching your ass. He taking your ass out the game. David Terry, you see what he did, but David Terry, that's my guy. I would love Billy to play him, but fuck that. We on roll, baby. We gonna be speedy, baby. I know it's early, y'all. I'm just geek, man. I got my done to make you come, baby. Hey, Goon got this motherfucker, huh?
Shout out to my auntie Goon for leaving a voicemail. Billy Donovan is coaching amazingly well right now. There's just no doubt about it. Billy Donovan is coaching some of the best coaching that I've seen him do since he's been a member of the Chicago Bulls. And I think much like Nikola Vucevic is reinvigorated by this young roster that's spreading everything out, I think Billy Donovan is to that as well as a coach. And as much as we talk about the players have to have fun as players, the coaches have to have fun as well. And we finally have given Billy Donovan a roster that really suits his philosophies as a coach from top to bottom. And I think that we're seeing him better utilize that roster because they do fit his sensibilities. We don't have a lot of isolation players. We do play some still in isolation. That's always going to be a thing, but we're not heavy isolation anymore. And because of that, you're seeing things just be a lot more seamless now, right? And Vooch is playing excellently well. You know, all the people who've doubted and hated on Nikola Vucevic, like I told y'all, Vooch is one of the best offensive centers in the game of basketball. He's been one of the most consistent offensive centers in the game of basketball, and his defense has been much better, as I talked about on yesterday's episode. So, yeah, the youth around this team, players that can still grow, things are looking up around Chicago. Tell them we back up. All right, let's get into this next one, man. This one's from Todd.
Hey, what up, bro? It is Todd calling after Bulls now just beat the Knicks. They are now 5-0, as I'm sure you've discussed already. But the point is that I wanted to discuss, and I wanted to say one time to the Bulls' defense. There were so many clutch moments on defense tonight that got them this win. And it's shocking, actually, how good our defense is at times, especially at times that we need it. That Kevin Huerter stop, I can't recall who was trying to drive, but he body bumped him twice into Vooch. And Vooch, by the way, got another clutch steal. I want to mention that. But, like, yeah, our defense has been insane. Is it me? Or is, like, Giddey, I know you discussed it, but, like, Giddey is exponentially gotten better. You know, like, he's not fouling as much. It's just, yeah, I'm seeing a lot of improvement on defense. So I wanted to discuss that, and I wanted to really give it a shout out for that. That's about it. What do you think, man? All right. See Red, be good.
The Bulls defense has absolutely been a surprise this year. Not to say that I thought we'd be a slouch defensively, but I didn't think we'd be like this. And if the Bulls were able to keep this up, like, this is not just a team that's playing good on defense. They're playing elite on defense in a lot of ways, right? The way that we're closing out on three-point shots. Now, we are giving up a lot of points in the paint, but I think that everybody's giving effort and contributing to the defensive effort. I think what you're seeing the Bulls do is that they're going to a zone which keeps the help defense always close by, right? So the fact that the Bulls are going to that zone, it makes rotations easier. It makes one of the places where the Bulls were weakest in pick and roll defense. It makes it easier to counteract that because everybody's involved, those type of things. And if that continues, that's where you're going to see some special sauce for this Bulls team. And I think things are starting to look up for this Bulls team for sure. All right, let's get into this next one, man. This one's from the 630.
How you doing, Haize? Just want to say I respect you for being really one of the most realistic people in all of Bulls, like in sports, realistically. You're doing great. I think the Bulls have been doing a great thing. I think what they're doing is very sustainable. To the point where I play a different sport. I play soccer, but I love basketball. And as well where you, like in amateurs, you try to make slots where you get the guys to go in. And I think that's what he's been keeping up the Bulls defense, where they are able to bring guys when they're fresh. When they look tired, Billy Donovan is bringing them in. And it's just, it's different. I, I'm a Bulls fan. I don't even know what this is. None of us knows what this is. I don't even know what the hell's going on. We have a lot of good bench players. The Bulls have the best bench in the NBA. Realistically, we have Coby White injured. We have Zach Collins injured. They're the best bench in the NBA. I knew this before the season. I just didn't know how we're going to use it. We're using the bench like no one else ever used it, and it's working out. But at the same time, the NBA is a sport thing where you need superstars. We have the most free agency money that we ever had in a long time. And I agree with you where maybe we don't need a superstar, but we do need something more. And the question becomes, once Coby White and Zach Collins comes back, to use those players assets. I don't want to call them assets, but they are to whatever the Bulls are doing. Do you want to trade to teams that need those type of players? Because the Bulls have a really great. I mean, I want to keep the whole team together, but it's possible, but it's not possible at the same time because once you go to next year, the cap goes up, but at the same time, you need a defensive set. The Bulls need a defensive center. I believe in Martin Bucelis, I believe in Giddy, and I believe in Coby White. Those are your three guys that you need to keep. And maybe Herder, you can bring him back. For sure, Ayo Dosunmu. But there's a few guys here where, like, other teams will want them. You just go all out and try to get your center for the future. That's all we need, a defensive center that can block shot.
The Bulls bench is deep. The Bulls bench is very deep, and that's going to be one of the biggest weapons for this team over the course of this season, I feel, is the bench for sure. Now, opposing teams are going to adjust. Eventually, they're going to adjust to this team. And, I think as the Bulls then match that adjustment, that's what's going to tell about how good this team is going to be over the course of the season. As far as a star, I don't know if they attract a star this summer, but I definitely think they can add pieces that make more sense to how they want to play and how they want to figure some things out. I think that's going to be the big part of this as well. Modest is growing. Noah Essengue is growing. And I think when you look at those players, those are the players that you're looking at as having their growth is going to raise the ceiling of the Chicago Bulls naturally. Now, how can you supplement that with your signings and your other draft picks, things like that? I would still focus on the center of the future first. That's my first thing this upcoming offseason is the center of the future. And we'll see if the Bulls can get that and then how that helps the team going forward. All right, let's get into this next one, man. This one's from Corn.
Man, can you go have a special mailbag fucking with your brother Corn? Fucking with your brother Corn. Yeah, this your brother motherfucking Corn. What's the word, King Drip? I'm lit as a motherfucker, but guess what? I don't give two fucks. Reason why I'm lit is because it's Halloween for one. And another reason why I'm super motherfucking lit, because I never thought I'd see this motherfucking day. We 5-0, bro. We're 5-0. We just beat the Knicks, bro. We just beat the team that me and you hate the most. I know I hate the fucking Knicks. I can't stand them. I despise them. And I know the only person that despises them much as I do is my brother right here, Drip. So to see us in the month of October going 5-0, can't make this shit up, bro. What the fuck? What's going on? What is going on? I'm not used to this, man. It's, but I guess it should be time to get used to it. You know what else I'm supposed to say, man? Like, 'cause I could just speak on the whole team and everything else. and I'm gonna say some shit that's gonna shock people. I can't wait to see Zach and Coby come back. See, people forget, like, you know what I'm saying, they remember my take about talking shit about Coby and all that shit and speaking down on Coby. But they don't remember me asking Grip, hey, is Coby going to have a Jalen Bronson year? Because I feel like he could have that type of year. I'm always subjective. I'm always equal-minded when it comes to this. But sometimes when I see or feel a thing, I just go with it. I just go with what I feel. But I cannot wait to see Coby and Zach Collins and everybody. I just want us to win the championship, man. I know we most likely ain't. I know we 5-0 and I'm just stinking right now, bro, but fuck, man. I'm enjoying. I just got to enjoy this. I'm just to fucking enjoy this. I'm just to fucking enjoy this. We is number one in the East. We are the only 3 teams that is unfucking defeated in the NBA. The Chicago Bulls, who's supposed to be 0-6. See fucking red. See red, eh?
Bro, this team is giving us a lot to be hopeful about. And that's really all we can ask for as fans, is give us hope, right? It feels like this team has an identity again. And that's the thing that makes this season feel special so far. It's not just the 5-0 start. It's how they're competing. Because like I said, most reasonable fans are going to realize that, yeah, the Bulls aren't going to go undefeated this season. Right? That's clear, right? And there's going to be a lose. Every team goes on a losing streak. Every team in the NBA, no matter how good they are, they go on a losing streak. Unless you're the 72-10 Chicago Bulls or the 79-3, 73-9 Golden State Warriors, you're going to go through a losing streak at some point in the season. And how you deal with that is really going to be the telling part of the season. And that's what I'm looking forward to about this Bulls team, to really see what they look like once they do face that adversity. How do you bounce back from that, right? Those are the type of things I'm waiting for. But they're giving us a lot to be excited. I don't think anybody can blame you, Corn. The Coby thing, we'll talk about that when it comes. But this season is shaping up to be a fun one, man. And I'm glad a lot of Bulls fans are having fun. All right, let's get into the last voicemail, man. This one is from Isaiah.
Hey, this is Isaiah calling, man. Like 4th time, 3rd time calling, something like that. But I just was watching your video at work, man, that you dropped 31st day, Halloween. And I love what you said in the beginning of it, man. Like, I honestly, like, my biggest thing, like, being a Bulls fan, like, people just, like you said, they thrive off the negativities and they base their identity off of that content. And I cannot tell you countless, I'm not going to start naming out channels and stuff, but, like, countless people that I literally will, like, not unsubscribe. I might have subscribed to watch, like, one good video they drop, but then they'll drop something else, and it's, like, always so doom and gloom. It's always so negative. If we do something good, it's bad. If we do something bad, it's even worse. It's like they can't identify anything good. No one's saying that, like you said, no one's saying we're going to go get a chip this year. For all we know, we can lose to the Knicks, to the Cavs, to the Sixers. We can lose 3 straight. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, there is the direction, like we've been asking for. We've been asking, as a fan base, quote unquote, the same people who would sit up and, crap talk the whole organization, but say they love the Chicago Bulls and say that, oh, we're just trying to see them better. It's like, but you're not giving any solutions. You're just complaining about things. It's like those same people, man, will sit up and watch the Bulls, will say we win the next 3 games. Say we're on a 7-game win streak. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but say that if that does happen, they're going to be the same ones all excited saying, oh, Bulls win, Bulls win. And it's just stuff like that, man, that I just can never get with, bro. That's why I come to your channel. You're the only Bulls content creator I consistently watch beside Bulls Central, the other one. And that's it, bro. It's like y'all too, but it's like I come to your channel specifically, bro, because you keep it real. Even if you disagree with the hardcore other Bulls fan, you're going to be like, nah, bro, that's wrong. Or if they disagree with you, you open up that discourse for people to have a conversation about things that we all love. We all love watching the Bulls, but some people allow, like you said, their own agenda and their own identity for what they want with that agenda dictate everything that they say. I cannot tell you how many random Bulls fans don't even know crap about none of the players, but want to sit up and say we're trash. You can't even name me the starting 5, but you want to say that we're trash. Like, dude, shut up, man. Go get educated, bro. You're not even watching us for real. So why are you repping the merch? Take it off. I'll take it off, bro. I'll snatch it off you, bro. Like, I actually care about the Bulls organization as much as I have impacted them none. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, dude, that's all I got, man, but appreciate you.
people making a negative view or perspective on this team, their identity, has been real as far as in the content creator space. And I'll say this, it's an easy trap to fall into when your team's not winning. Just like it's easy to only look at the positive when your team is winning. I think when you want to shoot it down the middle and just talk about what you see. One of the first things that I did, like this is my first season, when the Bulls were on that 9-0 streak in 2021-22, I believe it is. I said at that time, I was like, hey, the Bulls are playing great, but these are the things that the Bulls are doing that if they continue this, they're not going to keep winning. And people at that time was like, oh my God, Haize, why would you say that? Are we winning or are we not? Shouldn't we focus on the winning? And like the thing that you're always going to get from me is shooting it down the middle. I'm never going to be all positive. I'm never going to be all negative because I don't think you have to be either one of those to talk about the Bulls. I'm just focused on talking about the reality of this team. And even when the Bulls are doing good, I'm going to point out some things that they can do better. Even when the Bulls are doing bad, I'm going to pull out some things that they're doing well. That's just, to me, that's just fair and honest. And that's always the way that I want to shoot it for some time. I mean, for this team, and it is what it is. Being objective for some are hard. Being optimistic for some is even harder. I luckily am in the place where I haven't been stricken by it being hard for me to do either one of those things with this team as of yet. And I don't see that changing anytime soon. But thank you guys for tuning in, man. You guys already know. You guys are the most amazing part of what makes Chicago Bulls Central surprising, right? So we're going to wrap it up for the show today, man. The Bulls are 5-0, and more importantly, they're playing the right way. And that's the thing that really makes what this team has been doing is important. The ball movement, the depth, the effort on defense. This team looks extremely connected. So I want to hear how you guys feel on everything down below. Make sure you guys sound off. Send in those voicemails as well. I want to hear from you guys. As always, follow us on every platform, on every social media platform at Bulls Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns. bullscentralpod@gmail.com. And lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. And like I like to end every episode on, and I'm going to change this up a little bit, man. Stay safe, stay tuned, and always see red and go Bulls. Love you guys. Peace, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.